I've talked about some well-known band reunions including the Sex Pistols and Led Zeppelin, but today I want to talk about one of the unlikeliest reunions in rock history, and that involved the band Pink Floyd. That's what we're going to discuss in today's video. Roger Waters would leave Pink Floyd in the mid-80s when the creative differences became far too great with David Gilmour. Despite leaving the group, he'd be involved in a nasty legal battle trying to prevent his former bandmates from using the Pink Floyd name. Eventually, Pink Floyd continued without Waters and went on to still have success. Then in 2005, concert organizer Bob Geldoff would put together Live Aid to raise awareness about poverty and other social issues in the continent of Africa. It would be held 20 years after the original Live Aid concert, and it was to coincide with the meeting of the G8 leaders who would be discussing issues in the continent. By this point in time, the relationship between Waters and Gilmour was pretty strained, so much so that Waters had to ask Geldoff for Gilmour's phone number. In the days leading up to the one-off reunion, Gilmour would tell the Associated Press, "Like most people, I want to do everything I can to persuade G8 leaders to make huge commitments to the relief of poverty and increase aid to the third world. The moment was bigger than those bad feelings. Any squabbles Roger and the band have had in the past are so petty in this context, and if performing for the concert will help focus attention, then it's going to be worthwhile," he would say. Waters would add, "It's great to be asked to help Bob raise public awareness on the issues of third world debt and poverty. The cynics will scoff, screw them. Also, to be given the opportunity to put the band back together, even if it's only for a few numbers, is a big bonus," he would say. The concert would mark the first time that Waters and Gilmour, as well as Nick Mason and Richard Wright, had played together on stage since 1981. The band's set list was limited to just over 20 minutes, with the band playing a total of 4 songs, including Money, Wish You Were Here, and Comfortably Numb. While the concert went off without a hitch, the rehearsals were a little more tense, with Gilmour and Waters unable to initially agree on a set list. Gilmour would admit that he didn't want to play another brick in the wall, revealing the song was way off message. "Anyway, I don't like it much." He would add, "The songs that Roger wanted were not the ones that I thought we should do. The arrangements of the songs were not the way Roger wanted to do them, but I kind of insisted. There were times when Roger was struggling not to get bossy, and I was struggling to keep being bossy," he would add. Pink Floyd's performance as part of Live Aid would take place at Hyde Park in London, and it was during that performance Roger Waters took a moment to pay tribute to Syd Barrett, who would pass away 1 year later from pancreatic cancer. Much like the original Live Aid, several concerts would take place around the globe and feature popular musical acts. It was following the band's performance at Live Aid that there were reports that Pink Floyd was offered upwards of $150 million to reunite and tour together across the globe. But apparently that sum of money couldn't convince the members to put aside their differences. After their appearance at Live Aid, sales of the band's albums saw a 1,300% increase, with Gilmour donating his royalties to the Live Aid charity. Following the band's performance, Gilmour shot down any talk of a reunion, while Waters seemed more open to the idea, telling the Associated Press, "David is completely uninterested. After Live Aid, I could have probably gone for doing some more stuff, but he's not interested." In 2008, Richard Wright would pass away, ending the likelihood of a Pink Floyd reunion. 2 years after Wright's passing, Waters would tell the BBC in 2010, "I think Live Aid was probably it, and Live Aid was so beautiful, and Rick obviously was still with us then. If that's the way we draw a line under Pink Floyd, so be it. I won't be unhappy about it." Then as recently as 2021, David Gilmour would tell New Musical Express, "It has run its course, we are all done. I'm all for Roger doing whatever he wants to do and enjoying himself." It seemed like Waters' feeling on a reunion had shifted to telling Rolling Stone in 2020, "No, a reunion wouldn't be nice. It would be effing awful. Obviously, if you're a fan of those days of Pink Floyd, well then you have a different point of view. I had to live through it. That was my life, and I know in the wake of it, I've been cast as something of a villain by whoever, whatever, so be it. I can live with that. But would I trade my liberty for those chains? No effing way." Even drummer Nick Mason shot down any hopes of a reunion, recently telling Arizona Central in 2019, "After 20-something years, I was absolutely tired of waiting for the phone to ring with Roger or David going, 'Come on guys, let's get the band back together.' I thought, forget that, it's not going to happen." That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. Once again, rock and roll your stories. Take care.